Good morning. My name is Salma. My Dharma name is Wan Saran, and I welcome all of you to this Sunday Live Dharma. Today, our long-term practitioner and friend, Zoe Silverman, will share her Dharma talk, weaving art into a spiritual practice. Let us start our practice by reading together the essential dharmas of daily practice on page 11. Essential dharmas or daily practice, all together. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbance arises in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature by letting go of disturbances. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. The mind is originally free from wrongdoings, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. Let us turn reluctance to learn into willingness to learn well. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. Let us turn lack of public spirit into eagerness to serve the good of all. Now, please stand up and let us join in happy relaxation movement guided by me.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to those joining at home. Let's get started with our gather the energy ball, gently raising up and release. This time, put both of your hands in front, and as you breathe in, we're going to push one hand to the side and draw the other hand back like we're drawing a bow. Focus your eye on your thumb, and you can kind of feel the tension in your arms, not quite fully extended. And then bring it back to center. Reverse the direction. Back to center. On the other side, pull in. Try to feel the tension in your arms as you pull. And make sure that your hand doesn't go too close to your chest. You want to feel as if you're actually drawing a bowstring back. And back to center. On the other side. Back to center. And down. This time, we're going to take a breath in and gather our arms up, bringing our knees along with it. As we breathe out, we go back to center. Feel like your elbows are connected to your knee by a string. You're kind of holding it up, and then you just release the string back to the ground. Breathing in and out. In One more time on each side. To a rest. This time we're going to clasp our hands behind our back like this. As we do, we're going to rest our head down, relaxed. And then as we breathe in, bring it up in a circle. When you get to the back, you breathe out and come back to the center. When you reach the center, you reverse the direction. And one last time. Take a moment, breathe in, gather the energy in your body, and breathe out. One last time, gather the energy, feeling any tension, and you breathe out, relax your body, gently holding your hands by your side, relaxing. Gather your palms at your chest, and now please join us for 4 bows to the Dharmakaya Buddha Fourfold Grace. These can either be standing or kneeling bows, whatever feels the most comfortable. And for the children, if you could please follow Reverend Ziyang, you'll be heading to the residence.
With gratitude, I bow to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite source of marvelous existence. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of parents, ancestors, and everyone who has given me life and nurtured me. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of fellow beings, embracing the truth of interconnectedness. With gratitude, I bow to the grace of laws, which guides us to develop justice and freedom through Dharma and universal principles.
is simple and easy. Anyone can practice it. Please take time to find your most comfortable position on the floor or in a chair. Now, release any tension in your body. Rock front to back or side to side, like the pendulum, until you find a point of perfect balance. Breathe in. Grab any tension. Breathe out. Release any mental or physical uneasiness. Relax your whole body. It is okay to slouch a little bit if that feels more natural. Just remember to let your mind's eye focus on belly breathing. Breathe in and listen to your body. If your body agrees, gradually sit up tall. Gently straighten your spine without losing focus on the energy in your lower abdomen. You may start to feel your lower back growing stronger and your chest and heart opening. Now, open your eyes softly and look straight ahead with a level gaze. Without moving your head or eyes, let your eyelids relax and drift downward to their most comfortable place. Keep your ears softly aligned with your shoulders and tuck your chin in slightly. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. Enjoy the sensation of your arms and hands relaxing. Now, bring awareness to your tongue. Place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth. While your tongue is relaxed on your palate, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. This is a delightful sign of cool energy ascending. Smile at your clear, calm spirit. Invite your awareness to return to your lower abdomen, your Qi energy field. This is called the Danjan, and it is located 2 inches below your navel. Your Danjan is the power center for your breathing. Scan your entire body to see if there's any tension, especially in your face and head, neck, and shoulders. If your face or body begins to itch, simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly so that you maintain a calm stillness and honor the silent practice of those around you. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be disturbed by them. Do not react to your thoughts or pursue them. Recognize they are just thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. Continue to bring your awareness back to your Danjan abiding breath. When your mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation. You will no longer feel any distinction between yourself and others, free from the limits of time and place. We are grateful to sit together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, deeply aware of our ever calm, ever alert spirit.
First sing in Korean twice and then chant in English. 전지연기야 심정 만사여에야 심도 전지여아동일체 하여 전지동심정 전지연기야 심정 만사여에야 심도 전지여아동일체 하여 전지동심정. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. The spiritual energy of heaven and earth settles in my being. My spirit penetrates all things as my mind wills. Heaven, earth, and I become one. I am one with the way of heaven and earth. Palms together. October prayer. In October, we begin to take refuge in the still respite of cooler month, and we honor this stillness within. We notice the passing of time around us in the morning dew, the crisp air, and the rich shades of autumn leaves. We offer gratitude to heaven and earth for showing us the beauty of impermanence through all of autumn's vibrant colors. As we harvest mature fruits from the garden to nourish our bodies, may we also harvest mature insights to nourish our spirit. Let us release any troubled thoughts or habitual notions like the falling leaves of a great oak tree. In letting go, may we rest the limbs of our spirit in preparation for new ideas and refreshed energy. In this month of contemplation and transition, may our open, light-hearted spirit shine like the clear sun in the vast autumn sky. We send our loving energy to Reverend Won Gong and 25 friends beginning their retreat at the Won Dharma Center. During the week-long retreat, may they find the Buddha nature within and share this nature within their communities upon their homecoming. May we share warm, peaceful, and joyous energy with our community at our open house on October 29th. As days shorten and grow colder, let us spread the light and warmth of our practice to new Dharma friends. In celebrating Indigenous Peoples' Day, we are reminded of the grace of fellow beings as we revere the original stewards of the land we practice on. We pray for the well-being of our indigenous communities and that we will respect this native land. O Dharmakaya Buddha Fourfold Grace, may there be peace in our hearts and throughout the world. We send our loving healing energy to those suffering from world conflicts and natural disasters. In the breath of autumn's transitional energy, we are reminded that change is not only possible but imminent. Let us be comforted by this assurance and vow to end suffering in the world. May we and everyone we touch receive the beneficial energy of our practice. This we pray. 원하옵니다. 원하옵니다. 간절히 간절히 원하옵니다. 내 손길 닿는 곳, 내 발길 머무는 곳, 내 음성 내비치는 곳, 내 마음 향하는 곳마다 우리 모두 다 함께, 우리 모두 다 함께 성불제주 인연이 되어지라. I wish and pray, sincerely and truly, where my hands touch the world, where my feet walk on the earth, where my voice echoes through the hills, and in all realms where my heart and mind reach, that we all together, share a true affinity for attaining great enlightenment and for helping all living beings. Page 9. 이런 상바 One is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, the origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, and laws, true nature of all Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings, till one manifest as both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence, till one unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is, viewed as impermanence, till one unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction of the universe. 4 forms of birth we transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing or regressing, with grace arising from harm and harm from grace. Therefore we unawakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after ill ones on the Dharmakaya Buddha, cultivating our minds and bodies deeply, knowing human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, and using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, and receiving grace rather than harm, until we attain the great empowerment of Ilwan and become one with the nature of Ilwan.
This morning, our Dharma friend, Zoe Silverman, is going to share her Dharma Talk, Weaving Art into Spiritual Practice. Let us practice deep listening as we welcome Zoe.
Hello, my name is Zoe. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I've been a part of our temple community for about 3 years. I was drawn to it after I kept driving by and feeling curious by the sign that said, Won Buddhist Temple, everyone welcome. It was the sign, literally, that led me to attend an introductory class on Won Buddhism, then to services on the weekends, then to mini retreats, and now to my first Dharma talk. Something that I've been reflecting on lately is the importance of art and creativity in our daily lives. More specifically, I've been considering how creativity helps to reinforce the virtues of our spiritual practice. In other words, art is a vehicle for learning, teaching, patience, non-judgment, and mindfulness. And by intentionally choosing to be creative, we can perhaps strengthen our spiritual practice. I'll explain my ideas about how to do this throughout my talk today. I've always been someone who has found joy and satisfaction in art projects. In high school, I was very involved in the theater. I acted, worked on sets, and made costumes, which was my favorite part of theater. I wasn't a very good seamstress at first. My mother taught me how to sew in our basement on the machine that was my grandmother's. Together, we wound a bobbin, threaded the machine, and did a straight stitch on an old scraps of fabric. It sounds so simple with words, but in practice, it took time. I was the learner, and she was the teacher. And we both needed patience for the creative process to unfold. In my experience, making art and being creative requires first and foremost a willingness to learn well. Does that language sound familiar at all? If it does, that's because we use that language in our essential dharmas of daily practice. One of them says, let us turn a reluctance to learn into a willingness to learn well. Why might there be a reluctance to learn as it relates to art and creativity? Perhaps we are afraid of the unknown, working with mediums that are unfamiliar with us. It can also be daunting. Or maybe we're afraid that we'll be judged, either by ourselves or by others. Either way, this reluctance to learn appears to stem from delusions that we've generated within our own minds. This is perhaps why we hesitate to learn something new. But a willingness to learn well, in my opinion, is also contingent upon others who are willing to teach well. For example, with sewing, my grandmother taught my mother, who then taught me. Does the idea of teaching well sound familiar? That's because it's another one of our essential dharmas of daily practice that says, let us turn a reluctance to teach into a willingness to teach well. Teaching, just like learning, can be challenging. Teaching well requires openness and non-judgment. Sometimes that means watching someone struggle or fail. That was definitely the case when I was learning how to sew. I remember breaking a sewing needle on one of my first projects and panicking. How will I recover? I thought. I'm so stupid and clumsy. These harsh judgments or inner thoughts hung over my head like heavy clouds. I wanted to give up. My mother was patient and showed me how to thread a new needle. She told me about how this was a rite of passage for seamstresses in some ways. She reminded me that the setbacks, as I perceived them, were a natural part of learning. And furthermore, now that I'd learned well, I would be able to teach someday, maybe with my own child, if that's what the future holds for me. So both the willingness to learn well and the willingness to teach well are big parts of the creative process. And I've seen how this translates to my spiritual practice as well. In order to grow as a practitioner, I must be willing to show up to spiritual activities with patience, openness, and non-judgment towards myself. Some days when I meditate, I cultivate a sense of ease and calm. On other days, my mind is racing. I want to stop practicing because I'm reluctant to push through the discomfort of a challenging meditation session, for example. But this is par for the course, I suppose, both with art and meditation. There's a learning curve. It does get easier, but it does take time. For spiritual practice, I imagine that it takes a lifetime. I'm grateful towards myself for consistently trying to learn in the spiritual arena, and also to my teachers and my Dharma friends for their guidance. It's interesting that through writing this talk, I'm realizing how my creative journey has paralleled my spiritual journey so closely. The last thing I'd like to offer you in my talk today is the idea that art provides an avenue to practice mindfulness. Being creative is really just a chance for us to be present. When our mind wanders or we misunderstand how to do a project, it's an opportunity to come back to the moment and go from there. Sometimes that means you make a wonky garment. Your end artwork might seem disappointing, But behind every failed art project is something much more profound. It demonstrates the virtues of learning, teaching, patience, non-judgment, and mindfulness. It also demonstrates how being creative reinforces our spiritual practice. I truly believe that everyone is an artist of some shape or kind. It might not be with crafts per se, but art is all around. Art is in the words that you choose. Art is in the way that you stretch your body in the morning. Art is in your cuisine. Art is in your garden. It's a journey to find the art that resonates for you. And the beauty of art, to me, is how together we learn, teach, and mindfully experience the moments that culminate in the artwork. So, for whatever it's worth, it's never too late to learn how to sew or to become a Buddhist practitioner. I am happy to be one of your teachers. Are you willing to be one of mine?
Thank you, Zoe, for sharing your reflections on our creative process in a parallel to our spiritual practice, and a willingness to teach well and a willingness to learn well. Friends at home, during the next few minutes, you are welcome to continue enjoying your contemplation or share your takeaways from Zoe's Dharma Talk in the live chat. Friends here in the Dharma Hall, please pair up in groups of 2 or 3 and share your thoughts and takeaways with each other.
Did you turn it on when you speak? Did you? And you don't have to lean forward. Just bring the mics to you.
Closer.
And just be like, oh, I'm the Buddha on the stage, like that.
Practice being the Buddha.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
How did you like it?
I love it because I'm an artist.
Oh yeah. Share some commentary.
clear my throat.
Thank you for your enthusiastic conversation. You can continue converse after the service. When I listen to her talk, it's like art is everywhere. I heard it as like art. Think art as same as Tao. So Tao is everywhere. It's Taoism cuisine, everything. So thank you for your talk, Zoe. It's a chilly morning. It was a chilly morning today, and we can feel the transition of the weather. But I think it's too soon, too quick. But yeah, as we feel the transitional energy of the season, let us look more into ourselves and get ready to move on with that. So today we have some new friends here. Anyone first time today? Oh, can I have your name, please? Jake, welcome. And Kelly. Oh, you were in the intro class yesterday? Oh, welcome. And? Oh, I got your name. Prithvi? Thank you, welcome. Anyone online? Yeah, we have RuPaul, Bob, Alexa, Leslie, Polly, Philip, Victoria, Lotus Flower, Ben Bell, Rita, Jan, Kimo, William, Cynthia, Daniel, Hannah, Dave, Haesun, Jennifer is joining online. Thank you for joining in distance. And yes, we have some announcements, I think.
Thank you for practicing with us today. It's been a pleasure to share in the spiritual practice together and cultivate our awareness of art around us and within ourselves. This evening at 5, our sister temple in Raleigh is hosting a peaceful evening meditation. Next Saturday, October 14th at 3 p.m., our dear temple friend Qi Gong will be teaching Korean pancake making 101 in the temple kitchen. For those interested, this class is free, but your willingness to participate in the pancake making team at the food court during our open house on October 19th would be appreciated. Next Sunday, October 15th at 3 p.m., our teens are gathering for monthly teen meditation. Save the date. Our annual fall festival and open house will be on Sunday, October 29th from 1 to 5. More information is coming soon. All are welcome to come and enjoy our meditation garden during the day anytime until dusk. You are welcome to meditate, walk, sit, and also pull some weeds. We are grateful for your kindness, and this temple continues our spiritual work thanks to your generous support. The offering table is in the foyer. Now, let us bless each other with our morning prayer song on page 13.
Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today full of health and with peace of mind, may I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with your grace. Today gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dharmakaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with compassion. Today making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world. Thank you for making practice community vessel all together this morning. And let's bow to the friends online, facing that camera. Bye.